वे भी नए तरीके से हमारे सामने आ रहा है। सबको टीम एक्सट्रीम से वेलकम करता हूं और आज की शाम बहुत ही जबरदस्त होने जा रही है, क्योंकि ये मेंटरशिप का प्रोग्राम है और हम यहाँ पे हमारे मेंटर से बहुत कुछ सीखने वाले हैं। उनको पूरा कंट्रोल देने से पहले मैं थोड़ी सी आपसे बात करना चाहूंगा कि ऐसे कहते हैं कि ये बिजनेस दिखने में तो आसान है लेकिन करने में आसान नहीं है। वैसे ही ये बिजनेस है ना, आसान है लेकिन समझना बहुत मुश्किल है। बहुत से लोगों के बहुत बहुत खुद के ओपिनियन रहते हैं, लेकिन एक्चुअली देखा जाए तो ये मेरे जर्नी में मैंने देखा है कि सिर्फ पैसे का बिजनेस नहीं है। ये सिर्फ हमारे लोगों को काम करके लेने का बिजनेस नहीं है। ये सिर्फ गधा मेहनत करने का बिजनेस नहीं है। तो ये एक जिंदगी अच्छी बनाने का फॉर्मूला है। पैसे तो आते जाते रहते हैं। बहुत सारे लोग जिंदगी भर पैसे के लिए मेहनत करते हैं और आखिर तक पता नहीं चलता है कि मैं इतना क्यों भाग रहा हूं। आज मेरी माँ 88 ईयर्स की है, उसके बैंक में भी बहुत सारा पैसा है, लेकिन आज मुझे उसने बात करते समय उसने कहा कि शरद, एक सर्टेन एज के बाद ना कुछ पैसा मायने ही नहीं रखता है। वो टीचर थी और फिर बाद में एकदम 100% हाउसवाइफ बन गई। वो हमें सिखा रही है। तो एग्जैक्टली ये जीने का फॉर्मूला कैसे है, और कुछ भी हालात होने दो, बिजनेस में कुछ भी नया मोड़ लेने दो, आउटसाइड के सिचुएशन कैसे भी हो, हम हमारा लाइफ इतना बढ़िया तरह से जी सकते हैं, वो आज हम सीखेंगे। और हमारे मेंटर जिनका नाम है लियो जेसुडियन, उससे अच्छा हमें कौन बताएगा। मैं हमेशा बोलता हूं कि जीरो से हीरो। आज तक तो मैं अभी तक उनका मैं जब भी एडिफिकेशन करता हूं ना, तो मेरे पास उनकी हार्ड कॉपी है, तो वो बहुत काम में आ रही है। और वो दिखाने के बाद ना, वो सामने नहीं है तो भी पूरा उनका एक अलग ही माहौल बन जाता है। तो हम बहुत फॉर्चुनेट है कि ऐसे हमें मेंटर मिले हैं। और अभी मैं सबको बताऊंगा कि सब अपना वीडियो चालू करेंगे। जो भी फोकस हट जाएगा, ऐसी कोई भी चीज है, वो हम 10 बजे तक नहीं लाएंगे। और एक ये भी मैंने सुना है कि आप ब्लैक डालते हो और कोई किसी फंक्शन में जाते हो तो सब आप एब्जॉर्ब करते हो। एक्चुअली मुझे भी आज ब्लैक डालना चाहिए था। तो जो भी आज वहां यहाँ पे होगा ना, वो सब एब्जॉर्ब होना चाहिए। ये सदगुरु ने बोला है, ब्लैक डाल के जाओ, कुछ एब्जॉर्ब करना है तो आज सब एब्जॉर्ब करेंगे। और पूरी लगन से आज का सेशन आज जबरदस्त होने वाला है। मैं बहुत ही एक्साइटेड हूं। अभी मैं पूरा कंट्रोल देने जा रहा हूं हमारे मेंटर लियो एंड टिफनी जेसुडियन।
नमस्कार। नमस्कार। गुड इवनिंग। मैं इंग्लिश में बात करने वाला हूं ताकि मैं अच्छी तरह से आपको समझा सकता हूं क्या होने वाला है, और आप इंग्लिश समझते हो। वाकई आप इतना अच्छा बोलते नहीं हो तो कोई बात नहीं, समझते तो हो ही, क्योंकि मैंने आज तक एक भारतीय इंसान को नहीं मिला हूं जो अंग्रेज़ी नहीं समझता है या समझती है। लेकिन बात में वो अलग चीज़ है, एंड दैट्स नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. So what I want to talk to you about today is the fact that when you do this business, actually when you do anything that is important, it takes time. If something is too fast, it's not real. There's something wrong. Anything. If it happens too fast, you must have your antenna up. There's something wrong. Nothing good happens fast. Why? Because it's God's law. It's a universal law. that one must struggle to achieve victory. There is no victory without struggle. None. And you might say, why is that so? Sometimes, the question why is worthless, useless, futile. One should not waste their mental capacity on some questions that you don't need the answer for. Just accept that to achieve something meaningful, you have to struggle. You have to be patient because it takes time. You will feel maybe 10 times a day, maybe more, maybe just once a day, but you will feel like you are wasting your time. You will feel, यार इसमें दम नहीं है, छोड़ो, ये हो नहीं रहा. You will feel that way. And why will you feel that way? Because there is a force. Just like God is a force, but you cannot see God, Shaitan is a force that you cannot see either. And the force that Shaitan has is completely focused on making you unsuccessful. Because you see, when you're unsuccessful, the first thing you blame is God. You don't blame you don't blame anything. You're like, Bhagwan ne kya yaar, apne bas ka nahi hai. And Shaitan wants you to think like that. His whole focus is to confuse you. So 10, 15 times a day, once a day, whether it happens once a day, whether it happens 20 times a day, you will feel like you're wasting your time because too much time you have to wait, patience. Okay, how many times, when I have not ridden a bus since I was a young boy in middle school. But I know one thing I remember. You stand for a bus, you're waiting for a bus, and it starts to rain. And you're like, Arey yaar, I can walk. This bus is not coming, nowhere in sight. I can walk, I'm going to get wet anyway. I can walk and get there. So what if it's raining? That is the devil, Shaitan, telling you, hey. But you see, you wait and the bus is not coming. So then you give in to the devil. Shaitan ki baat aap sun ke, you start to walk. It's raining. It's not pouring, it's just raining, but enough to make you uncomfortable. So you start to walk in the rain, you have no umbrella, you have no raincoat, you don't even have a baseball cap. You got nothing. You're getting wet. So you walk and you go far enough away that you cannot return fast when you see the bus come. I remember. And then you feel like a fool. Kamal, if I was standing over there, I'd be in the bus. And now if you run back, the bus will go. It's not going to wait for you. You're enough distance away that you cannot get back to the bus. You see, life is like that. Many good people. Am I a bad guy if I walk in the rain and don't wait for the bus? I'm not a bad guy. I just miscalculated. I was impatient. I was putting immediate over long term. I think a person who fails in business or in their career or in anything that they want to succeed in, when they fail, you think they are bad people? No. They're good people. So what happened? They gave in to, they subordinated themselves to the shaitan, the devil, that told them, "Arey yaar, you're wasting your time. Move, go." And in this business, it's not like you can see the bus. In this business, what happens is you waste time and then you have to start from scratch again. That's the problem. Why? Why do you need to start from scratch again? I don't know. I'm trying to adjust the light because it's coming in my glasses. So anyway, I'm in a hotel room, and the reason why I'm in a hotel room is this. I forgot to tell you this. Is that my yacht is getting some maintenance work done. So I took it on Friday. Tiff and I took the boat to the dock, and it was like about a 2.5 hour ride actually, because the bridges had to be opened and stuff. So it was a 2.5 hour drive in the boat, and then we put it in a sling and it was lifted out of the water and put on the land for maintenance. They're going to clean the bottom. They're going to paint it with anti-fouling paint so that it doesn't attract, what we call barnacles and stuff, growth. So it's getting maintenance done. It's getting the inside done. And so we are going to stay in a hotel for 10 days. Now the problem is that on Friday we moved into a hotel and we only got 2 days. Friday night and Saturday night. Sunday there's no room because it's very high season in the winter for people to come from all over the country, because Florida is warm, nice warm climate. So it's so busy that on Sunday we had to move to this hotel. And on Thursday we're going to move from this hotel to another hotel because we're jumping around, we have no room. Here we got 2 days, here we got 4 days, and then another hotel will get another 4 days, and by then I hope the boat is ready and we can take that back into the water and back to the marina, and then we'll be on the boat. So because we're in a hotel room, we have this stupid light to give, because this light is not anyway. So I'm sorry if my glasses have circles in them, that's just the light. So you see, the process of being patient, the process of continuing to do. So when you stop to do because you're disillusioned that things are not working out, people are quitting, this thing is not happening. See, the people who quit, by the way, should never have joined. See, the people who quit should never have joined. You say, but we screened them. We went through the 7 steps, blah, blah, blah. 15 steps, double the steps. Try to screen even deeper. They will still join because they think they haven't matured like you. They think that ये बाएं हाथ का काम है. ये दोनों हाथ का काम, दिमाग का काम, दिल का काम, सब कुछ है. ये बाएं हाथ का काम नहीं है. दोनों हाथ, दिमाग और दिल, and that too in same frequency. Wrong frequency, नहीं मैंने दिल भी लगाया, दिमाग भी लगाया, हाथ भी लगाया, लेकिन frequency wrong है यार, नहीं जमेगा तेरा. What is the frequency? The system will bring you into the same frequency with your body, mind and spirit, which is your heart. Okay? I cannot give you the frequency. You'll automatically get the frequency when you're in the zone. You have to be in the zone. How do you get in the zone? By reading, by understanding, by doing, and becoming better and better and better. Now, the good thing is that the real athletes like Tendulkar and all the big, Michael Jordan in the basketball, Tiger Woods in the golf, all these big time, athletes like Michael Phelps for swimming in the Olympics. These big athletes know that when it's not going their way, when things are not working smoothly, they're still advancing because they're practicing. So what if it's not going right? That's a practice. I lost that match. That was a practice. No, that was a real match. No, that was practice. Because you lost, that was practice. If you won, that was a real match. So they just understand that till they win, it's all practice. Whereas you and I, we have a problem. If we don't win, we're like, arey yaar, chodo. No, consider it practice. Keep doing it. Consider it practice. Become as good as you can become when it's not happening. Keep on becoming more polished. Polish your behavior, polish your character, polish your patience, polish your mentality, polish your attitude, polish your brain, polish your behavior. Polish, so that when it clicks, you're on. You see, the big guys, you think Tendulkar never lost? How many times did he lose? Many times. But he considered it. I sat with him once when he was a young, very good cricket player. He was the captain of the Indian team. I sat with him on a plane once. Some of you know that. That boy was very advanced. He was a boy. He was not even like a man. He was a young boy. But he was very advanced mentally. Now you might say, yeah, that is like unbelievable. You know, it is believable, because how can you say something that's real is unbelievable? He was real. He is real. He's still alive. He's a real person. It's believable. Can you do it? Of course you can. Will you do it? I don't know. It's up to you. But see, he was advanced because he understood. And we didn't have this deep conversation. We had a very good conversation. And I learned from that young boy. I was more than twice his age at that time. And I learned from him. He understood that if he loses, it's not a problem for him. It's a problem for everybody else. You see, when you don't build the Amway business, it's a problem for your family. It's your problem for your friends. It's a problem for other people who didn't join the business. Kya kar raha hai? Wo kar raha hai, wo ho raha hai, jam raha hai, diamond hai, yeah, not diamond yet. That's their problem. It's not a problem for you. It wasn't a problem for Tendulkar when he lost. It was a problem for the journalists and the fans and the country. But he had no problem. It was a practice run. Till he won, it's a practice run. There's two ways to look at it. Every run is a practice run, or every run is the real thing. You can look at it either way. Every run is the real thing all the time, or every run is a practice run. Both work. Very rarely do opposites work. In this one case, opposites are working. If you consider every time you talk to somebody a practice run, it's good. It works. And if you consider every time you talk to somebody the real run, this is it. This is the diamond I'm talking to. That's good too. Both are good. You decide. But quitting is what the devil wants you to do. Then he enjoys. He has made you confused. And that's where he wants to keep you for your whole life confused. Because when you're confused, you will not believe in God. You'll say, yeah, I believe in God, but you don't believe in God. You don't have that faith, that strong belief that no matter what happens, I'm good. You see, you have to decide, like the big winners in sports, in movies, in singing, in drama, in politics, in in science, in medicine, all the big successful people, they don't get discouraged. They keep going non-stop. Now you're looking at a war. You're looking at a war. You're looking at it. You're looking at a very powerful country attacking a small, really ridiculous country that has not done anything to them, but they have made up this thing in their mind, or maybe it's for public consumption, that that country is a threat to them. How can Ukraine be a threat to Russia? I don't understand. I want to understand. I want to say, you know what? Ukraine is a threat to Russia. We should talk to Russia and Ukraine and solve the problem. I cannot come to understand how Ukraine can be a problem for Russia. Also, I also know about this for a fact. I've been to Ukraine. My wife's been to Ukraine. We've been to Kharkiv, which is under siege right now. We've been to Kiev, which is also under siege right now. And you know what? We know these people. They're not violent people. They are happy people like you and me. So now, did they fire a shot at Russia? No. Did they cross the border into Russia? No. Did they ever say verbally that we are one day going to take Russia down? No. So why did Russia attack? We know that we won't want to get to that. The point I'm going to make pertains to the Amway business. Is that there's this big country with all the weapons. They can annihilate that country, aggressing on that country, killing people, bombing, civilian places, cities. And you say, okay, if I was Ukraine, I'd say, okay, let's talk. We'll give you a section of our country. Leave us alone, please. But Ukraine says no. Look at that. We have such feeble minds and hearts. We're ready to give up showing the plan, to talk to people, to do this, for our dreams. Meanwhile, here's a guy who he was a comedian, the president of Ukraine. He was not even a politician, not a lawyer, not a professional, just a comedian. And he became the president, and everybody thought he's foolish, he's crazy. They thought that about Ronald Reagan too, because he was an actor. And we all know what he did. He brought Russia down to its knees without firing a shot. And now this guy is another guy who they're hey, he's useless. Meanwhile, he says, no. My wife is here, my children are here, I am here. We're not going to leave, and we're not going to give up. Now that's a man who's looking at a monster and saying no. And you and I, because somebody is not listening, or somebody is not joining, or somebody is joining and not doing anything, or somebody is joining and did a little bit and is quitting, we're ready to quit. Think about it. You must have courage in everything you do. Whether a big country attacks you, or you're doing your business, or you're running and chasing your dreams. The courage is the courage is the courage. That does not change. Now, the question is, how do you approach this? Now, Amway has changed the rules in India. In March, they're implementing a whole new system. Every time there is a change, a portion of society freezes. Every time there is a change, a portion of society freezes. They stop and they go, "Arey, ab kya karu? What should we do now?" And that stop delays what is already a slow process becomes slower. Now you have been told by the diamonds in India and everything that, we are all working together, Amway, and we are all working together. But there is change, and that change is going to freeze some people in the business. It doesn't matter what you and I say. They're going to sit back and say, this is all different. What do we do now? And that freezing, even if it's not permanent, will delay the process, which is already a tough process that you and I are struggling with. They've changed things here too in America. And so what is going to happen? I say the business was not built on people who freeze. The business is built on people who move, no matter what, who are going to do and say every day is a practice. We're going to keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. That is who built the business. The quitters never built the business, and the people who stopped and looked around and said, ab kya kiya jaye? They did not build this business. When the business is good, they rode the crest because they didn't quit. But the people who paused did not build the business. The people who moved built the business. If you're in a pause situation, I've heard it from many people in the group in India, from people in the group in America and all over the world. You know what they say, Leo? We had a death in the family, and then we had some, issues, and we're back in the saddle again. We're back on track. They never built the business. People who get back on track keep getting back on track. They never quit, but they just keep getting back on track. They don't build the business. And if something happens, it happens from underneath. It does not happen from them. They're not the reason why they built the business. But they don't quit. They're good people. Okay. When I talk about builders and non-builders, I'm not saying non-builders are bad people, And I'm not saying builders are good people or bad people. I'm just saying the truth. It's all about the truth. The people who pause and don't do anything don't really build the business. If you keep doing, you will build the business with a new group, with the same group that will be inspired to come back and do something, whatever. You'll find somebody in a leg down deep and then explode it. I don't know what, but if you keep moving, you will build the business. Your business is not your downline, your business is you. Remember that. Your business is you. It's not your downline. Yeah, but without my downline, I got nothing. No. You have everything. You will find the right people to build the business with if you are the right person. So the key is to become the right person. On Sunday, we go to church online. We used to go to church, and then the pandemic came and we started going to church online, and now we're on a yacht, so it's good. We go to church online. So yesterday, we were watching church online in the hotel room. And the pastor, that's another word for priest, the pastor said that if you don't like people who let you down, who disrespect you, who treat you poorly, who abuse you, then you don't be that person. You don't be that person. Everything you see in a person you don't like, get it out of you. Take it out of you. Whatever is in you that resembles the person you don't like, take it out. Will it take time? Yes. But make sure you are the person that you want to be your friend, to be your mentor, to be your associate, to be your partner, to be on your team. So what is the takeaway? Takeaway means the moral of the story. The modern way is takeaway. In my time when we were children, we say, what's the moral of the story? Today we say, what's the takeaway? The same meaning. The takeaway is you become the person you want in your group. Can you become that perfect person? No. Can you become close? Yes. Is it going to take time? Sure. So what you want to do is you have to start to think, what kind of an downline do I want? I want a downline that does 200 PV a month. I want a downline that does 200 PV a month, every month, in the first 5 days of the month, not all month. In the first 5 days, they do 200 PV. That's what I want. So therefore, I have to do that. I want a person who attends meetings and does not blow it off and say, yaar, you know, I was almost going to log on and then this happened. I don't want that kind of person. I want a person who, once they commit, they're going to log on. Just like when they go to do their work. When they go to do their duty as a father, a husband, a child, a brother, a sister, that same commitment I want in our business. Then you be that person who does not make excuses and attends. I want a person who actually struggles every day to build the business. That's a good one. Then you be that person who struggles every day to build the business. Notice I didn't say I want a person who goes diamond. No, I don't care about pin. That will happen. I only care, will you struggle every day? I really don't care about the pin. The pin will come. The money will come. The group will come. Will you struggle every day? And if you want that kind of person in your downline, will you become that person who struggles every day? I want a person who does not complain about everything, because there's so much to complain about. I could complain about the stock market. I could complain about President Biden. I could complain about Russia attacking Ukraine and causing global, challenges. I could complain about business. I could complain about my downline. I could complain about my upline. I could complain about the fact that my boat is 10 days on land but it should only take 2 days. Why it's taking 10 days? I can complain about everything. I could complain that I'm 70 years old and I have the wisdom that I should have had when I was 20. Why didn't I have this wisdom when I was 20? I can complain just like you can complain. But I don't. 2 reasons. One is complaining drops your performance level. You're not optimal. You're not. I don't care what you say. And 2 is, let me get a plug because my battery is down. So you guys talk for a little while. Oh, you getting it, Tiff? So 2 reasons. One is when you complain, you're down. And when you're down, you're not optimal. And when you're not optimal, it's going to take you that much longer it already will take you a long time to do something meaningful. It's going to take you longer. Okay? No. This is the black one. So that's number one. Number two, if complaining worked, I would be doing it. It doesn't work. It doesn't help the situation at all. In fact, never is there been one instance in the whole globe that has succeeded because of complaints. Not one instance in the world.
What's up, Leo? Sharad, it stopped, na?
Leo's battery is low now. He will connect again.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the question is that complaining doesn't work. So if you want somebody that doesn't complain, then you be that person. That's what the pastor from our church was talking about. Is that the kind of people you want around you? You want positive people, you want uplifting people, you want people who encourage you, you want people who are thinking and not like foolish people who just react to the news on the television, but they think things through and they're actually interested in the relationship they have with you. That's what they're interested in. And if that is the case, then you be that person and you'll be surprised. You'll be attracting that kind of people. And you must know when to walk away from people who are not good. They're not bad, but they're not good. You must walk away from them. Now, does that mean you must not like them? No, you can like them, you can love them. If they're family, every once in a while, connect with them, spend some time with them, but don't hang around them for any serious length of time. Yeah, Diwali time you have to get together because they're family, fine. Dashera, whatever holiday, fine. But don't spend time because they're dragging you down. Just be nice to them and let them be. And you move on, because you need to surround yourself with people that understand that you are this special person and they are also special, wanting to become more like you. So if you understand that it's going to take you time, you have to implement non-stop, even though it feels like you're not getting results. You have to keep in touch with everybody. Now, the people who I'm given to understand that you have a situation that's very unique, and I'm laughing because it's not unique. You have a situation that people join and then they're not responding to your text messages and they're not picking up the phone when you call them. That's a very unique situation. Well, guess what? It's global. Even Tiffany's laughing over there. You know, it's global. Everybody. In fact, more people are like that than are like you and me, who actually respond to a phone call, who respond to text messages. And if they're busy, they won't pick up the phone, but as soon as they're unbusy, they call you back. Okay? Like Sharat called me today, and I was in the car, then I said, hey, listen, I'm in the parking lot, I'm going to be getting out of the car, let me call you back. Goodbye. And then I got into a restaurant, got a cup of coffee, and then I called him right back. Why? Because I don't neglect phone calls. I don't neglect text messages. But there are people you know in your business that join the business and then suddenly they even attend a few meetings and then suddenly they disappear. Why do they disappear? I'll tell you why. Because they didn't get the results right away. It's that simple. No, but you know, they're really good people. They're good people, but they're zero business people. And they don't want to become good in business. In business, you have to keep struggling till you succeed. And let me tell you something about a real business. It took me 9 years of 100 hours of work a week. 7 days a week I worked from 10 a.m. to midnight. 7 days a week. That's 96 hours. 14 hours a day multiplied by 98 hours. 98 hours a week I worked. You say, why you say 100? I worked more than 100. Because I went early to open my business and I did not close at midnight. I might have closed the door at midnight, but by the time I did the accounting and all, it was really after midnight. 7 days a week, 100 hours a week plus, for 9 years to become a millionaire. And I did not want to become a millionaire. I didn't even think about it. Oh, I can't say I did not want to become a millionaire because I think it's great to become a millionaire. I did not even think about it. It wasn't on my mind. All that was on my mind was my dream. I wanted to live in a penthouse apartment in New York City, Manhattan. I wanted the apartment to have a doorman. That means when you come to visit me, you have to go to him and ask him, I'm here to visit Leo Jesudian. Then he will call me from his booth and say, he's got an intercom, and say, there is Mr. Sharad Khule and his wife. You know, they're here to visit you. And I say, okay. And the reason why he said his wife is he doesn't want to pronounce Rashmi's name. So he says, Sarad and his wife are here to meet you. And I say, send them up. And then he will allow you, he will give you permission to enter the door. He'll press a buzzer, the door will open, and you enter the door, and he says, the elevator is on the left, which is the lift. In America, we call it elevator. And you can go to the blah, blah, blah floor, and this is his apartment number. He's expecting you. I wanted that building, that security, high-rise building up on the top corner. I wanted not a balcony, but a terrace. I wanted a terrace so that we could sit outside when the weather is good and have fun. I wanted to live like that. I wanted a limousine with a driver. That was my dream. My dream wasn't to become a millionaire. That was my dream, to live like that. And when I achieved that, I was a millionaire. Wow, how cool is that? So 9 years, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. How many times do you think the devil told me, you're wasting your time, you're a chump, you cannot do this, you're a little punk from India, what makes you think you can live like that? Who do you think you are? Do you think that did not enter my mind? Not once, but many times. Do you think I was like, okay, it's all going to work out? And nobody resisted me and everything fell into place? I was abused, misused, and beat up financially multiple times on my journey. And it's still happening. It's not like, acha, well, now it's okay. No, it's still happening. Then we got into the travel business. Why? Why did we get into the travel business? We got into it by mistake. You go, really? Yeah. It was because of internet. Internet sent us on this crazy trip. And instead of going from Boston to Amsterdam, they sent us from Boston to Minneapolis to Amsterdam, which is going backwards to go forward. And I said, "Arey, this is crazy." And then after that, we were talking about it. And then Tiff and I were with Steve Yeager going to Ludhiana in Punjab in a train, a deluxe air-conditioned car. And he said, "How was your trip to Amsterdam?" And I said, "Man, that was a crazy trip because you're getting taken. The ticket was $350 each extra. They charged you extra and they sent us backwards to go forward. They're taking you for a ride. They're a bad company." So he says, "No, they've been with us for a long time. Steve Yeager. They're a very good company." I said, "No, they're not. You're missing the point. I'm a businessman. I don't get like clouded in my brain cells. If something's wrong, something's wrong. And I don't know who these people are. I'm not interested in putting them down. I'm not in the travel business. Like I'm trying to get you to buy from me and leave them. I don't know. My travel agent, I told him, can save you money and get your speakers to the place fast. We spent an extra 5 hours on the journey and we paid $350 each more, $700 extra. That's 50,000 rupees extra. And we spent an extra 5 hours travel time. So he says, "Can you help me?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sure I can help you." And then technically I would have given the business to my travel agent. Technically I would have called my travel agent and said, "Take care of my friends." But I asked, and Tiff said I can do it. That's a very critical angle. I was not going to do it. I'm not looking for another business to do. And I was in contact with Dexter Yeager and he said, "Do everything you can." But I had learned how to do the Amway business and I was not going to get into that rut again of running a business where I have to run it. I don't want that. So Tiff said, "I'll do it." I said, "Great." So she says she's going to do it. Great. So I told him, "How much volume do you do?" And he says approximately $850,000 a year. $8.5 lakh a year is how much the internet does for all the speakers and themselves, and that's their budget. Just under $1 million, which is just under like maybe 6 crores. So my mind said, I'm not going to give it to the travel agent. I'm going to do it with Tiff. Tiff's going to do it. We're going to do it. Why do give it to the travel agent? And so we started that business How many years ago, Tiff?
20.
20 years ago. 1992. No, 2002. Yes, 20 years ago, 2002. And you know what? 20 years ago, we started that business, and the first year we did about $800,000 with internet. So we were on the map. We were making a little bit of money, very little money. You go, very little money? Yeah, very little money, because the commissions are not there in airline tickets. So we had to buy extra tickets to commit to a cheaper rate and do all kinds of stuff. But we used our, like we say in Hindi, dimag ladao. We used our God-given brain and we made some money. Very little money. I swear, less money than we have ever made in any business venture working that hard. Tiff was working all the time because she didn't even know at that time how to book a ticket. The language, the software language is not English. It's a different language for airlines. So she was learning, spending 5 hours to learn to do something that might have taken 15 minutes or 10 minutes. That much effort, and we made like less money than a person would make as a cashier in McDonald's. And we were successful business people. One would say, why did you do that? I know what it is to grow a business. Tiff learned what it is to grow a business. You cannot mess with Tiff anymore. You might have messed with her early days. You might have messed with her, meaning like you might have thrown her off a little bit, but she's very strong. But now, whew, amazing. Why? Because she learned what it is to build a business from nothing. And so we made less money than a cashier at McDonald's would make in the first year. And we wrote $800,000 with a business. You go, how did you do that? Because airlines don't give any commissions. So you had to be like very creative and do this, do that, and make thoda sa idhar, thoda sa udhar. Why did we stay with it? Because we knew how to build a business. We knew anything meaningful takes time. And we did $850,000 in 1 year, and now we do $2 million a month. Think about it. 20 years. And it took us 15 years to start to make real money. Before 15 years, it was just struggling to just make a couple of bucks. Couple of bucks meaning like just okay. Just okay. And we're showing the plan, and we're doing this, and we're doing a little bit of that, and we're doing a little real estate, and we're doing that. Why? Because Dexter said do everything. You have to do the same thing. I'm telling you what Dexter told me. He had an amazing impact on my life. I miss him. But I don't need him. He has given me everything already that I need. I just miss him. We had such a fun time together. We had a real bond. And whatever he's telling me, I'm telling you. You have to do everything. You have to take care of your husband, you have to take care of your wife, you've got to take care of your children, you've got to take care of your parents maybe, you've got to take care of your job. Your job is like our travel business. It's an extra thing to do. And then you have to take care of other things, investments if you have any money. And you have to constantly get rejected in the Amway business also. And if you cannot do that, I will pray for you. Meaning that you're not going to make it. I pray for you now that you make it. My prayer will change that, oh, they didn't make it, but at least let them be happy. But I hate to tell you this, you'll never be happy, because there's one thing wrong with the Amway business. Let me tell you what's wrong with the Amway business. Once you see it, वो बिच्छू काटता है तो उसका चोट ना कभी जाता नहीं है. It is always with you. That's what's wrong with the Amway business. In other things, you can say, "Acha hoga, that was a season in my life. I'm finished with that. Now I'm moving on to something else, and I'm happy." Not with the Amway business. You cannot move on. You can move on, but your bloody head and your heart is still bloody there. That is the problem. And it's real. And why is it real? Why is it a problem? Because good things stay in your heart. It's a good thing. Now, what Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel and Dexter Yeager created is a good thing. So I feel that you can actually change your mentality and get to the point where you are really understanding that you have to do everything you have to do. You see, most of you are earning a living in the mainstream with a job or a traditional business, and that's good. Don't leave that. I left my older traditional business, but now I have other traditional businesses, but I've learned how to run them without being there. And Tiffany also, if she's working, she's leveraging in our business many agents that she has trained, and they make more money than she does when they sell a travel ticket. Every one of our agents makes more money than Tiff and I make when they sell a travel ticket. Whether it's a cruise or a destination, a vacation, a corporate flight, hotel room, whatever they do, they make more money than we do. That's the Amway business. Your downline makes more money than you do in their business. So we designed our business to kind of reflect what we learned in the Amway business. So we are not slaves. And so I want you to understand that the Amway business not only will enhance your business and your life, but your relationships and your peace of mind and the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you behave, the way your mind will automatically think correctly as opposed to thinking wrongly. And then every day you will look inside of you. Every day you look inside of you and see what you are doing that's not right. And you will strive, as in struggle, to change what you are doing that's not right. It takes time. Sometimes what you're doing that's not right is just a thought. It's not even an action. But you have to change that thought because your mind responds to those thoughts and you don't need that thought in your head. Sometimes you have to change the way you speak. You have to get less aggressive. You have to get more aggressive depending on your personality. You've got to learn about other people. You've got to, if you're only getting along with people like you, you're not like a winner. You're not a winner if you only get along with people like you. You have to get along with people unlike you, who are not like you at all, who might not be as educated as you, or who might be 10 times more educated than you. You have to get along with everybody. And so you have to change these little things inside of you, where every day you look inside. I say, Leo, what is it about you that said that and that happened. Why did you say that? Well, I have to tell them because they're wrong. Huh? Maybe you got to change. It's very difficult. Well, keep working on it. Keep working on it. Because I have a tendency to tell people when something is wrong, and that's not necessarily right. If I tell people what's wrong, they start to think I'm like rude. They don't look at it like, yeah, thank you for telling me. Yeah, I overlooked that. That's a fantastic perspective. I'll. No, they say, पागल, कमाल है यार, बकवास करता है, कहता है, चाहता है मुझे, लेकिन मुझे बोल दिया उसने. They don't take it like you're trying to help them. They're taking it like you're criticizing them and you're an idiot. So sometimes to tell the truth is not the right thing. You have to back off. You have to slow down. You have to build the relationship so that they can take the truth. Do you know new relationships cannot take the truth? And old relationships cannot take the truth. So then which relationship can take the truth? The relationship you build genuinely from your heart. Then they can take the truth. It will still hurt, but they can accept. It takes time to talk straight to somebody. Everybody misunderstands you. If you have all good intentions, it doesn't matter. If you say something, यार तूने गलती किया, he's thinking or she's thinking, तू कौन होता है बोलने वाला? That's the way it is in the world. Not आप क्या होते बोलने वाले, तू क्या होता बोलने वाला? There is no respect. So when you want to talk truth to somebody, you have to build a relationships that's strong enough to be able to handle the truth, and you have to test it. You have to test little things here there to find out if you can talk straight to them. Okay, I can ask you, can I talk straight to you? You say absolutely. Then I talk straight to you and बुरा मानते हो. So don't just ask a question, can I talk straight to you? And they said, हाँ उन्होंने बोल दिया? Yes, मैंने बोल दिया. ना. Test it in small things and see how the reaction is. And then if the reaction is wrong, you say, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it that way, and rectify small things. And then you know that this individual, even though you have a relationship with this person, they're not ready to hear the truth. They'll hear it from stage, they don't want to hear it from you. They'll hear it from an anjan individual. How many times has somebody told me in my downline, oh, and they tell me something that I've been telling them for 9 years. But they heard it on stage and they understood. तो मैं 9 साल से बोल रहा हूँ इस बेवकूफ को, और ये स्टेज से सुन के कहता है यार that was fantastic. So maybe sometimes you just have to shut your mouth and let the stage do the work. Let the audio do the work. Let the pin from stage do the work. Even though you've been doing the work for 5, 6, 7, 10 years, sometimes the stage will do it in one shot. But the stage would not do it in one shot if you didn't do it for 5, 6, 10 years. You see, it's in the back of the head, and the stage hit it at the right time. Boom. So remember, we all have to look inside and try to get better. And so the pastor from our church just yesterday got done telling us, and it was like attending a Jaeger seminar. But he was not a Jaeger IBO, he was a pastor in the church. And he was telling us, because the principles are not changing ever. This business was built on Christian beliefs. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. This business was built on that belief. Like in the Hindi language, you say karma. What is karma? Why Indians don't all live 100% on karma? It's difficult. We understand karma. जो तुम करोगे वो वापस तुमको होने वाला है. Yeah, that is karma, right? In plain Hindi, like simple Hindi, not in Sanskrit. Like there must be a doha somewhere about karma, but I don't know it. Okay, but if you look at karma, it's a very simple thing. Whatever you do to somebody will happen to you. It will come back. Whether it comes back directly from that person or somebody else, it will come back to you. So that's the same process that the 10 Commandments, 5,000 years ago, it was written, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. Simple. This business was built on that. So you have to look inside of you all the time. Make sure you're that person who you want in your group. And will you ever be perfect? No. That's kind of like immature to think that you're going to be perfect, because there's only one perfect being on earth, and that's God. Okay? So forget about perfection. But can you strive to get close to perfection? Yes. Have people come close? Yes. People have come close. But they are not perfect. Somewhere there's a dal mein kala. Somewhere. So understand that you can do this thing, but you have to have the right mentality. Stop complaining. Stop thinking negative, because that will draw you down. Don't complain. Don't even complain when you're quiet and think complain. Don't think complain. Just don't. You say, but that's very difficult. Of course it is. I told you once and I'll tell you 1,000 times. Choose difficult over easy. Always choose difficult over easy. Difficult pays, easy does not pay. You want pay? Choose difficult. Is it difficult? Yes. Everything I'm telling you is difficult. I have challenges with it. And what's beautiful about the Amway business is we're all looking at each other. Have I gone diamond yet? So you know, I'm struggling too. It's not like अच्छा, लेकिन यार तू तो बैठा है वहां पर. No. So understand that things will be fine. If you control you, it's all you, it's nobody else. Okay, it's all you. Then the right people will come, and then they will be them. And then they will bring the right people, and those right people will be them. But it's never other people. It's finally all you. So understand that. Help people. Don't stop talking, and make it happen. Take it over. It's time.
It's 5 minutes to 10. Anybody wants to ask anything to Leo? किसी को कुछ पूछना है?
शर्मिंदा बहुत हैं लोग. प्रश्न पूछना तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, क्योंकि जो प्रश्न आप पूछ रहे हो सारे लोग सुन रहे हैं उसका जवाब या रिजल्ट. फैंटास्टिक. So always ask questions. In fact, the leaders should ask questions that they think their downline would ask and they're not asking. समझ रहे हो आप?
Plan to come to India?
Say that again.
When do you plan to come to India?
I'm not coming to India. Because you guys have a deal with me, and you have to get to that level before you talk to me about coming to India. You get to that level to India.
Okay, got it.
We already got that. That's a done deal. We don't go back and forth. Ekdam solid. Now the control is you. Once you reach that level, you don't say, "Are you coming?" You say, "Come on." And I will have to come because I have to honor my commitment. But I'm not coming to India if you don't have that magic number that we talked about.
Okay.
And let me tell you something, when you have that magic number, it's going to be so much fun. This is going to be the best trip I'm going to make to you. You liked other trips, it's not going to be anywhere close. This is going to be the best trip because we're going to not just come and meet and gala milao and do all of that stuff. We're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. That's going to be joy because if you get those numbers, do you know how many of the people in these boxes that I'm looking at are going to be at different levels of success? Wow. We're going to celebrate. It's not just going to be like Leo and Tiffany are coming to India. No. It's going to be like very special. So it's in your hands. And is it easy? No. Let's not play games. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. But it's going to be great. We're going to have a fun time. Anything else?
You are looking smart today. You are at your residence somewhere.
No, I'm in a hotel room.
Not that you are looking smart today.
More smart.
More smart.
Oh, okay. Thank you. My wife tells me that, and I think she's just telling me that because I'm her husband.
No.
But something very interesting happened. I'm 70 years old. I'm not a young guy. 70. I'm going to be 71 in July. Wow, I'm scaring myself. I'm like, whoa. I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, you are old. Anyway, every morning I go and if we're in a different place, we're moving around. So I usually take the car and go out and try to find a place to have a cup of coffee and interact with people and stuff like that. So I go to this mall. There's a big mall 3 days ago. And I go to the mall to have a cup of coffee. And in the South of America, the North America, not South America, in the United States of America, the southern part of the United States, the people are extremely friendly. They smile, they look you in the eye, they say hello, and they just don't say hello. They say hello or good morning, how are you doing today? While they're walking, and you say, fantastic, how about yourself? And they say, very well, thank you, and they keep walking. They don't, they're just so friendly and so warm. It's fantastic. So I'm walking, and I'm going towards this mall outside, and this old lady. Now, I say old. She might be just a few years older than me, but I look younger than her. She could be 75, which means that she's just like my older sister. So she's coming, and there's another man coming that's not with her, a few steps away. And then there are a few people behind me, and I'm walking by her, and I say, good morning. And she says, good morning. She says, you look very handsome today.
Yeah.
This is a stranger.
Yeah.
And the guy behind her is like, And so I said, thank you so much. You're very kind. So she says, you're welcome. And she went, and I went. So I came and told Tiff, I said, I met this woman who told me I'm good looking. And you know what Tiff said? Tiff said she's right. And I'm like, I don't think so, but I don't know what's going on. But I'll take it. It feels good, doesn't it? If somebody tells you you look good, it feels good. I don't know where they're coming from. I can understand Tiff because she's married to me, but I don't understand. Like now Deepak Bhosle says you're looking good, so I'm like, I'll take it. Shuvarna is like, she's not saying anything, but Deepak said like, so I'll take Deepak, I'll take the lady at the mall, I'll take Tiffany, I'll take anything, because at this stage in my life, I need all the help I can get.
That is the magic of thought process and the product. Both things together, the system is powerful.
Yes.
That is the reason for that.
Yes, and I use the skincare and everything, so that's like,
Yes.
that's important. That is important. And I'll tell you one thing. If I may say so myself, I never had bad skin. I never had bad skin. Even as a young guy, I had good skin. But I'll tell you something. When I started using the Amway products, my skin became so much better. It had like a little glow. It has like a little like lucidity, It's much better quality skin than I had when I was 40 something years old before I joined the Amway business. So I am happy about that. The products are absolutely fantastic. And I never am far away from one of these. And I take, where are my vitamins, Tiff?
Oh, they're in the suitcase.
Okay. I take a bunch of vitamins, like maybe 15 vitamins every day. Every day. So that's the good thing. Okay, here's my vitamins. You see? I've got week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I've got 4 weeks of vitamins always with me, and let me show you so you guys understand. There is something about talking and there's something about doing.
Week 1.
So how do I show you this? See how many vitamins are in there. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vitamins in here. Every day. It's like you can see here. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I've got 4 weeks. And she has 4 weeks.
We forgot, well, I was forgetting if we had taken them or not, because it becomes so routine, you just take them. So I had to get a system going. So this is our system, and if you see that Monday is empty, you've taken them, and if it's not empty, then you have to take them. Simple. But it also helps us because I fill up a month's worth of vitamins in there at one time, so we will never run out.
So we this month has 28 days, February, right? So we're done with February. 28 days are done. So the last box, so she's filled another full box. So we're ready for the next 4 weeks. So just so you understand, we use the Amway products. We have, how many variety of products we have in the supermarket and in all the stores here in America? And how much is online? Like amazing. Can you shut the door? It's amazing. There's tons of new products coming. We are loyal to our business. We are loyal to our products. And that's not counting the other things we use for cleaning, laundry detergent, shampoo, on and on and on. We use stuff, body lotion, body wash, cleaning for the bathroom, for the kitchen, for the surface cleaners. we use our products. We've been using it for 30 years now, okay? Since 1992, we've been using our products, okay? And that's not going to change. And we want you to understand that there's never been a problem with people who understand the business to do 200 PV a month. There's a problem with people who don't understand the business to do 10 PV a month. Okay? We don't have a problem doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of PV a month. Okay? I mean, we do a lot of PV. Plus, I donate. When I donate to my church, I write them a check. We write the check to the church for donation every month. Okay? 10% of whatever we make, we write a check. And then I give them about 100 PV worth of food bars for their donation to the people who have no food, for children who need, food. So I donate 100 PV to the church, I donate money to the church, I donate money to the missions. So we live as good as we can, and we're still not there. We're trying to do better. We're trying to do better. We're trying to do better. That's how you are. That's how you should be. And you should never say, oh, मेरे से नहीं होता है. It होता है, आपसे हो सकता है. आपका दिल कहाँ है? गलत जगह में है, उसको सही जगह में बिठाओ. Your heart should be in the right place, and you'll be fine. Okay? Nobody can pull you down. They can delay you. This war on Ukraine is going to delay us a little bit. Everybody is like, and what's interesting is that the receptionist in our hotel, the hotels now have a badge with the name and where they're from, because it's now international, right? So everywhere you go, they tell you where they're from. So somebody is from Cuba, somebody is from Argentina, somebody is from Texas, somebody is from New York, somebody is from... So the receptionist yesterday, we checked into the hotel, Ukraine. I said, how are your people? And very strong, very pretty girl, very pretty girl. She says, it will be all right. We will be okay. Wow. Young girl, like 25 years old. Beautiful. And man, your heart goes out to them, because they are being attacked by a monster, not an equal fight. And they did not start it. And think about it. Then at night, we come back and we're talking to the receptionist because Tiff wanted something. And she was from Ukraine, but a different girl. So both the morning receptionist and the night receptionist from Ukraine in our hotel. I'm like, what is that message? The message is, don't forget about these people. God is reminding me that there are real human beings who are facing distress, and you and I are complaining about stupid stuff. We don't really have a complaint. We don't. Nobody is attacking us. They might, but they're not attacking us now. So let's just get a little strength, move forward, and not lose heart. All right, I got to run because I got to go to the boatyard. I'm going to drive for about an hour, go back to the boatyard, and see that the workers are doing their job.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you so much.
Good night, and God bless.
Thank you, Leo.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.